And Solomon, I'll pass to you to kick us off and tell us a little bit about the Altair NFT Playground and get us started. Welcome.
Welcome. Well, thanks everyone. So essentially we've been working on this NFT Playground, which will be the first app on Altair. And the NFT Playground or functionality will essentially be the background for what we're trying to do with Altair or Centrifuge in tokenizing reward assets. This application will allow us to, or allow users or individuals to mint NFTs and lock them. Well, the ultimate aim is for us to be able to tokenize assets. These assets will be minted as NFTs and they will be locked on the platform, and they could then be used as collateral for loans and for users to be able to extract or draw equity from like free flowing capital in DeFi. So I guess with Altair being our say canary network, it's a great way to kind of explore how we can like tokenize assets when it does come to Centrifuge in the future. In terms of like functionality for the NFT Playground, we have the capability to create a collection. You've got the ability to then mint NFTs into this collection. You could also then trade, so you can list any NFT you've created for sale. So list that for sale, users can purchase and buy these NFTs, and you can also transfer NFTs between like wallets and different addresses. I guess in the future or an ideal world, I can sort of envision a place where on say Centrifuge or on Altair, if you've got sort of NFTs, perhaps locked in a pool as collateral or something, and there's loans attached to these particular NFTs. I can imagine a world where if regulation does permit or persist in the future, and these NFTs actually represent the true ownership of an asset, it would be quite easy and cool to, I guess, be able to liquidate, liquidate these assets on the marketplace, the same marketplace that the NFT is listed on, rather than having to complete a separate off-chain transaction. So yeah, having that create mint functionality and the marketplace aspect, or the sell, purchase and buy aspect, just sort of encapsulates the whole system or procedure. So that's, I guess, the NFT Playground in a nutshell. Oh yeah, and I just want to be very specific as well, that it's not intended to be like OpenSea, or it's not intended to be like a just to set expectations, an OpenSea or a Nifty gateway. This application is kind of like a test system playground to like allow us to play with the functionality, the community to explore, use the functionality, and it will be the foundation for other real-world assets or different kind of pools on Centrifuge and Altair. So it's a foundation of the functionality. Araya, I just wanted to confirm if you wanted to go through the design and then I do a demo, or?
Yeah, sure. That
okay, cool.
Okay, so let me share my screen and introduce a little bit about me. So I am the visual designer at Centrifuge, where I take care of the product, visual design, so the colors and typefaces, stuff like that. But also, like currently in the past, I've been doing the marketing assets, like all the visual things that you've seen kind of on different touch points related to Centrifuge. And Altair, I've been doing that. So I was also doing the 2 crowd loans designs for the visual design part as well. So then now I'm doing the NFT Playground, and I want to go through a little bit about the visual design of NFT Playground. So first, this is the first time that we're rolling our new typeface, which is Inter, that we've voted within the company as well, of like between like 3 different typefaces. So then like this one is open source. So it means that there's no commercial license, anybody can use it. And this will make it really easy for people to contribute to our platform. It's also utilitarian, which means that it's very suitable for us since we have different touch points and then we have like different products. So we can align in the align the consistency on the visuals. And also it's a variable font. So even though it's utilitarian, so then we can use it on different platforms, we can kind of adjust different weights of the type to make it the most suitable for each app that we're doing. And so I wanted to show about the different characters of Inter, which is really beautiful. So we're bringing Inter into the Interstella. So here you can see Inter being used on NFT Playground. Here's a little bit preview of how it would look like. And then you can see there is the color being used as well. And then later you can see the featured artist work in a little bit. So here you can see the screen of how it's used when you can create a new collection. The colors, we're also introducing the dark mode for Altair, and then you can see our yellow being used here with a new typeface. You can see when you mint a new NFT, and then your collection. So this is my collection that I'm putting on the platform. Here's a little bit more about it. It's kind of, I don't know, like cell, like UFO inspired with Centrifuge colors, which is like inspired by Centrifuge to produce this collection. And then for the featured artists, we have 3 illustrators, 2 different gen artists, 1 3D artist, and 1 mixed media artist. Unfortunately, the guest speaker wouldn't be able to join the call today, but I can show a little bit of his work. And on the bottom, you can go to his Instagram. It's a little scribble art. And I'm going to show you a little bit about a little bit of his work, which is like 90s cartoon inspired, but it's like a parody. So here's also more of his work. And that's it.
Very, very cool, Araya. And we're going to see a lot of these similar visual elements with future dApps put on both Altair and Centrifuge, right? Or rather, to ask more specifically, will there be dark mode for everything we do? Because that would be exciting for a vampire like me.
So first, we're rolling out the dark mode with Altair, and we're going to have the first pool on Altair coming soon. So that would be also in the dark mode. And eventually, we're also going to introduce dark mode on Centrifuge app as well. So we'll have the option of having both light and dark mode.
Very cool.
Cool. Wonderful. So yeah, anyone feel free to ask questions of what you've seen already. And Solomon, I think we're passing back to you to give some more insight, I believe.
Cool. So I will share my screen and do a quick demo. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm signed into our test, like our test system at the moment. Production will pretty much look like this when this gets pushed to Altair. And I am going to just create a collection. So yeah, NFTs have to live within a collection. So you need to create a collection, and I will just call this community core. And you can enter up to 40 characters for the name, and for the description, I'm just going to do the same. Just call this community core. Oopsie daisies. That's my description. And then we've got the images. You can use JPEG, PNG, GIF, or the major, all of the major file formats. I'm gonna select a collection logo. So this will be the logo for my particular collection. I'm gonna hit create. And I'm gonna have to sign this on pop.js. Whoopsie daisies. Definitely not gonna make it. There we go. And this should be done in any second. This should change to transaction confirmed, and we will see my collection.
Live demoing, always fun.
Yeah. It should, or you can browse all the collections I've been creating on the test system. Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to show us one of the tests while it loads?
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this is a collection I created, just called Genius, and this is the NFT in that particular collection. I've just got loads of quotes from Kanye West in this particular collection, but yeah, that collection is actually finished now. I'm going to go back, and we should see the community call. There's my logo. Why community not going to make it? And now I've got a collection. I'm actually able to go and mint an NFT within that collection. So I hit mint, and I can then go in and select a file. And I'm going to select my Frank under 1 megabyte. The maximum file size is 1 megabyte for this. You give it a name. I'm going to call it, give it a name just for fun. And then you enter a description again. You can enter up to 40 characters here or 400 here. It's complete Unicode. So if you want to enter emojis, whatever you want to enter, you can enter in here. So I just call this description. And then I'll hit mint. I sign on Pocket.js. And we should get a confirmation any second. I don't know, when you're doing demos, it always seems to go a lot slower than it actually normally does in real life. I've done this hundreds of times. Oh, there we go, cool. So as you can see, the NFT has, yeah, it's now minted. I can go view the source file where that's stored on IPFS. We've got the collection, which is community core. So I can go back to the collection. If I refresh this, there should be now 1 NFT within that collection instead of 0. Apologies, I don't know why it's taking. There we go. We've got 1 NFT in that collection, which is called give it a name by me, because it's my wallet. Description, I call description. We've got the source file and I own the file. And then, yeah, if you want to place the NFT for sale, you just hit sell, and then you can enter whatever you want as the sale price. You hit list, and then again, sign this. And then bam, it should be confirmed any second. And now you've got an NFT for sale within your collection. And yeah, we're good to go.
Awesome. Great work, Solomon. We've got some comments and questions coming in the chat. There is a lot of compliments. I guess anyone want to give your feedback on what you're seeing here in the group?
Yeah, IPFS, Devin. What with this UI? I don't think it'll be necessary, but by all means, I can make one.
So
was
this is just all good. That was just a response there, but there's a couple of questions. Any estimates on fees for minting?
Fees for minting. I need to confirm on that one. We won't be charging any fees ourselves, but it will be the minimum fee for Altair. Don't know if any of the devs like Miguel or anyone's on the call, like who knows the average like fee.
It's going to be less than 1 air. I know that, but not sure how much.
Cool. So less than one air, price exact amount to be confirmed.
Yeah.
Awesome. So a couple more questions. And yeah, comments, people saying that the UI seems pretty intuitive and easy to navigate, which is nice. Super slick, dark mode fam. How do we evaluate the NFTs? Which Christian, I think you made an answer to this. Do you want to expand on what you meant there by, it's based on how you supply and demand?
Yeah, but I don't know if this answer is correct, because Araya said everyone can set the floor price. In my opinion, it should be supply and demand. If there is demand for an NFT, then it should go up in price. But I am no expert, so I let others confirm or say another opinion.
Cool. Thanks, Christian. Sebastian, do you want to expand on your question? Sebastian, are you able to speak, or I'm guessing not? We will wait.
So now I got it. No, so this is completely different to what we were talking about like weeks ago. So it has nothing to do with like, we want to, I don't know, pool like Bored Ape or crypto punks together, or so this is completely something different, right? Then, or did I miss something, or?
So like basically the NFT Playground is the front end to look at NFTs and transact, right? Transfer them, mint them, sell them. The next step that will come is actually launching pools on Altair, and that will then allow people to borrow and lend against them. And to specifically ask about Bored Apes, so for then like the third step needed to then create like a hypothetical Bored Ape pool would be to like enable cross-chain transfers of NFTs. And that's then at that point, then you can start looking at how do we bridge them to Ethereum? How do we bridge them to Remark, Moonbeam, Moonriver, right? But so basically like the first thing we have to do is for Altair to be able to support NFTs. And the NFT Playground is basically the front end for it. Underneath it uses standard like substrate uniques. That's the NFT implementation that then pools will basically use and be built on top of. And then so does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, it does definitely. I just want to know like, or I thought about like, will the pools be, and if we do have a pool, it doesn't matter what NFT is in there, like will they be shown in the NFT marketplace as well, or is it not possible.
You can see, I mean, you can look at, you can look at any NFT on Altair in this interface, right?
Yeah, okay.
So like basically the metadata, if it's compatible, it will be shown. The owner, if the NFT is locked in a pool, then the owner will actually be the pool, not the individual address, right? So when you borrow against it, you put the NFT into the pool, and and then that will be outside of your wallet. And then when you repay, you can get it back. But basically this is like the first front end for this, and then pools.
Sorry, Lucas. So if you borrow against the NFT, it's not in your wallet anymore. So you actually give it to Altair's.
Yeah. So each pool has like each pool has an account basically that's not controlled by a user, but that's controlled by the runtime. So it's like similar to how on Ethereum you would send the NFT to a contract, right? When you deposit an NFT, when you deposit like some ETH into Aave, right? Then you send the ETH to Aave. When you deposit an NFT in a pool on Altair, you send it to the pool address. But of course, you're the only one that can claim it back when you repay the money you've borrowed against it.
Okay, cool. Nice. Sounds good. Question answered. Thanks.
Well, thanks, Sebastian. Any other questions on how it works before I hand over to Devin? We've got one from Peter, which is, Peter, do you want to expand on that?
Sure. Sorry, I've got a bit of background noise here. My dog's eating a bone quite loudly in the background. I was just curious about the NFTs themselves and what chains would be supported. I don't know if that's even something that's being discussed at this point, or if that's something you'll be looking at further down the line.
You asked which other parachains we support? Yeah. So on the XCM front, Nuno on our team is the one who's mainly working on it. But I could share what sort of we've been doing there. So actually, we're an HRMP channel, like opening an HRMP channel is in progress right now with Akala, or actually Karura. So that's more to get stablecoins, KUSD into Altair, and to get Air into Karura, because they don't have support for NFTs yet. But then probably the second one will be Moonriver, where then we're starting to explore, okay, how can we transfer NFTs that are native on Moonriver to Altair as well? But that the challenge really is, so far, a lot of other parachains are actually not ready yet to accept NFT transfers. So Remark started working a bit on it, and we've had conversations with them. There's work on the XCM spec to support NFTs and improvements there that are undergoing, that like also Parity is working on, but it's a bit lagging behind like fungible token transfers. So I do think the whole ecosystem will take a little bit longer to get there. That's also why like we actually started with like NFT Studio to like have native NFTs so we can start on Altair to build and launch the first pools. But I don't have like, unfortunately, like any clear dates or a list of chains that we can already like say what we're going to support next. It's still kind of early, but of course, yeah, like Remark, Moonriver, maybe Unique Network, right? Those are the chains that are working with NFTs already, and like would be great to start integrating them on Altair.
Okay, cool. That sounds pretty positive.
Awesome. So yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm, I think, in the community for the use case of lending and borrowing against NFTs. Feel free, anyone who's been thinking about this, and to comment with your ideas. And maybe Devin, when you can expand on, the potential for this and how it relates to Centrifuge as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've already been using NFTs on Tin Lake on Ethereum, for financing real-world assets, right? So the thing that's really exciting here with Substrate is we're building this NFTs directly into the chain logic. So NFT Playground is essentially a launch pad, for our next generation of NFTs. NFTs that can be better suited towards what our mission is, which is better financial systems, changing financial infrastructure. And of course, they're also going to have, like Lucas was alluding to, a lot of ways of integration with other chains. So I'm really excited personally just to see how these kinds of NFTs can build and kind of exceed what the limits might be with ERC 721s on Ethereum. So we're very excited for that. I think this will also be, just the first application of Altair. And if you all saw the design that Araya and Solomon were showing, I think we're going to see a lot more similar design with the new typeface and dark mode, if I'm lucky enough. So that'd be cool as well. In terms of the marketing side of things, which I've been working with the team on, I believe that shortly after we launch this, we actually have a competition, which the community has been working on for effectively putting live some NFT collections on the platform, and are offering prizes, obviously. Whoever has, I'm not sure if it's the best NFT collection or the most creative NFT collection. It's up to our community to decide that. I'm just gonna stand by and put out a lot of tweets about how cool the competition will be once we're ready for that. So I'm really cool for that to happen. We're also gonna, of course, be showing off with a lot of artwork that Araya mentioned earlier. We have these artists who will be putting up their collections on NFT Playground. That's going to give us, I think, a lot of great attention to just a really sleek platform with, some very snappy artworks. So yeah, on the marketing side, I'm really excited to just tie this in with the larger Centrifuge narrative, and it's going to look good while we do that.
Cool. Thanks, Kevin. Any questions on how we're going to market this and ways you can help? We've got a couple of questions in the chat, but not specifically about marketing. Any ideas?
I do think that, if any of y'all are on Twitter, which I know you all are, because I'm addicted to crypto Twitter, and some other people here must share the same plight. We love to get everyone tweeting about this when we launch it, maybe sharing some of your favorite collections from the artists that will be there at the time we launch. So spreading the word on Twitter, on Discord, Telegram, and so on and so forth is mega super appreciated from us. We're really excited to get this out. We've been working pretty hard on this. So any spreading of the word, we appreciate.
Okay, cool. So Solomon, you did a great part of the demo and showing how people can put up their NFT. And there was a bunch of stuff going on while Lucas was talking. I wonder if you want to actually jump back in there and explain a bit more around the listings feature and what might happen with trading.
Okay, cool. 1 second. Share screen. Cool. So yeah, I think I ended my official demo with listing, but I'll just jump back into the listing. So once you've minted an NFT and you have you want to put one up for sale, you select the NFT you want to put up for sale, and I've already listed this, so I'll go to one I haven't listed. Here we go. And I want to put Actually, let me show you how to unlist NFT. I think I showed how to list one. So this NFT I've actually got listed for 1,000 air. I'm going to remove the listing. I'm going to sign this transaction. So if you're the one to sort of change the price of the NFT or just take it down altogether, you would have to remove the listing. Cool. You also can't buy your own NFTs. I guess which is kind of standard, but yeah, there is no edit functionality yet. So you need to remove, and you'll see the 1,000 air drop off in just a second. Once this is confirmed. Systems always seem to be incredibly slow when you're trying to do a demo. Cool, there we go. I've delisted this, and if I want to put it back up for sale, I can put this back up for sale. I'm going to put it for 10, and I'll also show you how to transfer. Cool. So this is going to go back up for sale for 10 air, and then I'm going to actually transfer an NFT from one of my wallets to another wallet. Guess why this is loading? If I click on this component, it's not going to work now because it's just a test system. But in real life, if I were to click on that component, it would take me to the transaction on Subscan. So that's just one thing to point out on that toast. So yeah, this is up for sale for 10 air. As you can see, the transfer button is locked. So you can't transfer an NFT that you've put up for sale. So if I want to do that, I'd have to remove, but instead I'm just going to transfer an NFT that I have in my possession that is not for sale. So this one, yellow, I own this NFT and I'm going to transfer it to someone else. So let's send this to Bob, copy Bob's account, Bob's wallet, hit transfer, paste Bob's address, and I hit transfer, sign. And then when this confirms, if I log in as well, if I change my wallet to Bob, then you'll see yellow is now in Bob's possession, in Bob's wallet. And the owner should also change. So you see I'm listed, well, it's listed as me. This should change to Bob's address in a second. I swear it's usually not this slow. What's going on right now? Cool. So now you can see the owner is switched. So that's now Bob. And if I were to switch to Bob's wallet, Bob's now the owner and Bob can put that for sale, or Bob can transfer that to someone else. So that's how you would transfer that between users. I hit the NFT Playground button to go back to the home page. You can also hit the Altair logo wherever you are to go back to the home page. So we've covered list, sell, remove, transfer. And I guess the final thing is you can always have a dynamic. So you've got the ability to view all of your collection, well, all of your owned NFTs by hitting all of my NFTs. So whatever NFT you've created within whatever collection, you can always just go and view by transmitting all of my NFTs. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it, unless I've missed something. Is there any questions anyone want to ask? Anything or anything else? You've got all of your NFTs numbered here, so you can always see by looking at the cards how many NFTs you have in the collection or how many NFTs will be in the collection. Also, when we go live, the featured artists, so like Little Scribble and the featured artists that we do have, their collections will be featured up top. So under featured collections, then your own personal collections will be displayed below that. And then below that would be everyone else's collections. So yeah, featured artists, my collections that I've created, and then everyone else's collections you could sort of browse and scroll through.
Cool. There's a couple of questions coming through.
Cool.
Gifts are supported, obviously.
Yeah, gifts are supported, yeah.
And will it be possible to bid on an NFT that is not put on sale?
No, it won't be possible to bid on an NFT that's not being put for sale. So yeah, when we go live, it's only NFTs put for sale with a price that can be purchased. There's no bid or auction functionality.
Okay, that's really helpful. Stuart, you have a question around the originator of the NFT work taking a cut of each transaction.
I'm guessing that's some sort of that's around royalties, right? I'm just going
Do you want to expand on that?
Everybody, how you doing?
Your connection is a bit off.
Can you hear me?
No, your connection's pretty bad. It's yeah, maybe just write it in the chat and we'll address it.
Well, I think I might just quickly touch up on that just in case. I think it was around royalties, but no, initially, no, there will be no, I guess, royalties for creators when you put an NFT up for sale. Any appreciation in that NFT's price, yeah, it won't go on, if that was the question.
We can't hear you, Stuart. You might have to write it. Okay, so you can stop sharing if you want, Solomon. There's a couple of other questions coming through, I think. One, or even comments. Krill, I guess your question is more general about the community core. Will we be talking about real world asset stuff, mega legal process? Not in this call, unless at the end you want to hang out and we can discuss. There's some ideas coming through for how we could do some marketing. So maybe Devin, there's like, do you see those ideas? Get a collaboration going with some artists and launching an NFT lottery. What do you think about that?
Ooh, how would that work exactly? I'm thinking like, you know, how does one get the lottery tickets? And then what is the item that is won? Yeah, maybe Orogo Dongo. You can explain it a bit more. Yeah, I'm always game for any marketing ideas. If anyone wants to hit, you know, I'm Debbie. Or sorry, are you talking? Go on.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, wonderful. For instance, if contributors would put a small fee in a transaction, it could be different kinds of sums. It can be depending on the gallery or the NFT collection, so to say. So if there is a very renowned artist, one could put a higher price entry on the lottery tickets. And it could also be voted for, maybe.
It'd definitely be interesting. Or I almost see maybe parallels to just like, if pool together on Ethereum, like a no loss lottery idea that somehow incentivizes adoption or usage. That could be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like I still need to fully understand it. You should write it out on the forum or the Discord, and you can really dive into it.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be happy to work with you on that and unpack this and see what we can do.
Yeah, wonderful. I'll see what I can write.
Cool. If you're on Discord, I'm Devi on there, DEVVY. So you can hit me up there.
Devi.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also have the Altair category on the forum, which once, if this becomes a bit more of a proposal, that's a good place to post it. But yeah, starting in Discord is a good idea. Cool. So anyone else, any questions or ideas? So we've got one probably for you, Solomon, from Ivan. I would like to ask if the information about the owner of the NFT will be displayed. How many NFTs did he sell? Maybe it will be possible to leave feedback after the purchase or the sale.
Yeah, so information about the owner of the NFT will be displayed. Yes. I can just quickly show you that. So the owner of the NFT is, I'll just go into a collection with a few NFTs. And the owner of the NFT is displayed. So I'm the actual current owner of the NFT. Let me go to one not owned by me. It is owned by me. Let's see. Open mark. There we go. So the owner of the NFT is just displayed by the owner, and the creator is also displayed. So you can click on the creator and then you can view the creator's wallet, and then you can view creator transactions in the Explorer. It won't work now because we're just in sort of test, but it will work when we're on Altair. And the owner, you can copy and paste the owner's address, and then you can also search for the owner's details in Subscan, the Explorer. In relation to how many NFTs did he sell, there won't be a transaction history on the NFT Playground itself, but you could view that information in Subscan if you wanted some more details there. And final, maybe it'll be possible to leave feedback after the purchase sale. Is that a question on the site or where exactly? Sorry. This is at you, I am Dior.
What's your question, Solomon?
The question, I don't quite get the last bit, which is maybe it'll be possible to leave feedback after the purchase.
Yeah, I guess what he's asking is like, is there a place on the NFT Playground where you can leave feedback? Is like a, is, do you
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but no, unfortunately, no, there isn't a section to leave feedback on the site. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a reminder that this is like, it is not trying to be OpenSea or another of these large platforms. We are trying to keep the functionality and the features like simple, usable, like it is Altair, which is our Kusama testnet. So it's definitely got a lot of potential there, but we are like limiting somewhat like the features and functionality because we're not trying to become another OpenSea. But yeah, I think what we have is pretty like it's usable. It holds a lot of value. Do you want to add anything more to that, Devin or Solomon, in terms of like the design choices that were made in terms of which features and which functionality?
Yeah. So I guess like when I joined the NFT playground was already kind of the initial design was already there, and we did not have the ability to buy, sell, list. It was literally create a collection, mint an NFT, and you could transfer that NFT to someone else. I think to make it more usable and to add, I guess, make it a more viable app, if you want to call it marketplace, even though we don't like to use that term too much, but the marketplace functionality, which is buy and sell and list, were added to it. And I think that kind of gives it usable function for like the community to play with and use, and also for what we need to do on Altair, as Lucas mentioned earlier, with potential pools on Altair and using these NFTs to look as collateral. I think we have all the essential functionality to execute that. And then anything else is kind of maybe deviating from what we are trying to achieve.
Yeah, nice one. Thanks, Solomon. Okay, so we've got a couple more questions, and then I think unless people want to stay and brainstorm, we can close the call. Solomon, the one from Amiga, will it automatically display any NFTs you have on Kusama, a la Singular?
No. So on this site, the only NFTs you would actually see are the NFTs that you've minted on the NFT Playground. So if you are, say, for example, technically savvy and you're able to, mint NFTs directly on chain, those won't be displayed on the NFT Playground. It's literally just NFTs you've minted on the NFT Playground site app.
Thanks, cool. And last question, I think from Pat, these NFTs minted on Altair, will they be equipable resources with other NFTs such as Remark in the future?
I can probably take this one.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the near term, no. I mean, because this is NFT isn't Altair. Remark is its own sort of protocol, which I believe they've been shooting to be more of a cross-chain protocol. I believe the way it works in Remark is that it's almost like your NFTs are linked to the Remark tech stack, which lets them have things like equipable attributes or attributes that can change. So I think in the near term, it's not necessarily a focus of ours, but I think, in the mid to long term, we're definitely open to exploring it. But generally we want to see, we keep an eye on how Remark is building and like chat with those guys every now and then. So we're going to keep our finger on the pulse, and if it makes sense to work together, then yeah, we're down to do it.
Okay, awesome. Cool. So thanks a lot, Solomon, Devin, and Araya, and for everyone in the community for asking questions. I think we have a few minutes now to just chat about ideas people have been having as they've seen the demo. I know that Rano, you had maybe some thoughts about someone was requesting you to create a guide. Also, I know some other people have had some ideas coming up about, we had Orodongo with the lottery idea. Other people, what are you thinking? Some of you have artist friends that you're gonna recommend this to.
I might make some amateur pieces. I've been learning Houdini on the side, which you can do pretty cool fluid simulations and everything like that, and then just make renders. out of the box. So assuming that my laptop doesn't hate me too much for continuing this process, maybe I'll try some things out there. And Omega, you're right, it is awesome.
Cool. I'm going to turn the video recording off so we can just chat. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining the call. It's been great having you.